Tensions in the Middle East intensified yesterday as at least 3 Katyusha rockets were launched from Lebanon at the northern Israel town of Nahariya. Israel returned mortar fire, but the situation has since calmed. The Lebanese Prime Minister, Fawad Sinora, condemned the attacks. Many have been speculating whether Hezbollah is responsible, but Mohammed Fnaish, Lebanese Labour Minister and member of the Hezbollah bloc, denounced involvement.
أما ما حصل من إطلاق صواريخ ليس لدينا علم بمن هي الجهة التي قامت بهذا الموضوع ومن هو الذي قام بهذا الأمر، وبالتالي بالنسبة لنا احنا كحزب الله عندما يكون هناك أي عمل نقوم به مثل ما قلنا مرارا وتكرارا لدينا كل الجرأة أن نعلن ما نقوم به.
To understand the significance of this new attack, the Real News spoke to George Rishmawi, founder and director of the International Middle East Media Center. George, many are speculating on whether Hezbollah is involved. What do you think?
I don't think that the attack or the rocket launching from South Lebanon to Israel today was done by Hezbollah. I'm not sure that Hezbollah has this issue on their top priorities, although the Palestinian issue is on their priorities, but I don't think it is the top priority. Besides, I mean, there are signs like the Katyusha rockets that were fired from South Lebanon, according to reports, are old models. And Hezbollah is equipped with new models and new rockets. And these Katyusha is believed to be one of the Palestinian factions, although so far none of the Palestinian resistance groups have declared responsibility for this attack. There are branches for all the Palestinian political parties. There are also some of the groups that were not part of the PLO. Most people think that these rockets were launched by the PFLP General Command branch led by Ahmed Jibril, but it's not confirmed yet. There are Palestinian factions in Syria and Lebanon, Hamas and Islamic Jihad, Fatah, the PFLP, the DFLP, Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine, and the Communist Party in Lebanon. So those groups could be involved in that.
Do you foresee rocket launching becoming a trend from groups in other countries surrounding Israel?
Such a kind of an attack can be done from a country other than Lebanon. I don't believe Egypt or Jordan would allow, or if it is possible even, that anything from Jordan or Egypt can be launched against Israel. Besides, I mean, the strongest presence for armed groups are in Lebanon only. There is nothing like that in Jordan or in Egypt. From Syria, maybe there might be some chance. However, I cannot confirm. The Syrian regime was skeptical about their involvement and their control. If they want to be part of this war, I mean, there are Syrian locations that have been shelled or bombarded by Israel, and Syria never responded. So I don't think they will allow Palestinians to respond. And I don't think it will even increase from Lebanon, because the Palestinian factions, Palestinian resistance, armed resistance in Lebanon is very limited. It's subject to very serious surveillance from the Lebanese government as well. Hamas declared today that all their resistance and their work is only inside the occupied Palestinian territories, is nothing from the other Arab countries, neither Syria nor Lebanon.
And what about resistance from the West Bank? Some Israeli media suggest a third intifada is possible.
There are demonstrations protesting the Israeli attacks on Gaza all over the West Bank. A third intifada, I don't think is able at this time, or I don't think that people are capable actually of launching a third intifada at this time. People are tired from the previous one, and the Israeli army did not give a chance for the people in the West Bank in general to rest or to accumulate momentum for a third intifada, because they are running the show in terms of attacks and invasions in the West Bank. They have been kidnapping civilians in many places. Besides, the Palestinian Authority is actually imposing very strong control over the demonstrations, so they are not allowing friction with the army.
Does this attack help Hamas?
I don't think they are hurting Hamas. Any other front on a different side from Gaza will make it a little easier for not Hamas in particular, but for all the people in Gaza. Israel have been calling for the reservists, and they are trying to deploy more soldiers in Gaza. And latest reports from the Israeli military cabinet that they are going to expand operations in Gaza, which means that they will need to focus on the Gaza Strip, and if they want to be split, between the Gaza Strip and the northern borders, that will, I think, will weaken their military front somehow.
There are times when reality just asserts itself. In spite of the haze created by television news and entertainment, sometimes crisis rips a tear in the fabric of myth and propaganda. Now a profound economic crisis has ripped asunder the American dream itself. Millions of people losing jobs and homes. They lack proper health care and any real sense of security. Since 2001, workers' wages have fallen or remained stagnant, even though worker productivity has risen almost 33%. By 2006, the top 1% of households were receiving 23% of all pre-tax income, more than double what it was in the 1970s. It's the greatest concentration of income since 1928. As unemployment rises, we need to know why this crisis is happening and what we can do to defend ourselves. Why are wages so low? Why is the society so laden with debt? Is it in ordinary Americans' interest to have $1 trillion military budget to project power across the globe? Corporate television news won't ask these questions, let alone try to find answers. Only a truly independent news network can tackle these questions with courage and with ordinary people's interests in mind. We need a news network that's independent of corporations, governments, and political parties. We need the real news. But there won't be a real news network unless we raise substantial funds right away. The current financial crisis has hit our funding hard. Together, we do have the power to turn it around. There are already hundreds of thousands of people watching the real news every month. If everyone pitches in, we can build an internet and cable television network that will change the face of media forever. You can organize house parties, talk to friends at school and at work, send email blasts and spread the word. Distribute this video to everyone you know. Pick up the phone and call a few friends and suggest they visit therealnews.com. Invest just 10 minutes a day to ask friends and colleagues to join the campaign to create a truly independent source of internet and television news. Together, we can build this network. Just 50,000 people at $10 a month gets us to our first level of sustainability. You can help us reach this goal, and when we do, we'll move to television in millions of homes across North America. Help us reach an audience in the millions. Please contribute generously. Spread the word. Let's make the Real News television network a reality.
Your tax-deductible donation makes it possible. Please contribute at therealnews.com.